For USCFsales.com, I'm Steve Lopez with another Fritz video for you today. We're going to talk about Tablebases today. Tablebases are special endgame databases that a chess playing program can use to play or analyze an endgame perfectly. You can download them, you can buy them. There's a number of different ways to get them. Basically, if you buy them, there's a package that ChessBase offers. There's a number of them out there. The one that ChessBase offers is called Fritz Endgame Turbo 3. It has the 3, 4, 5, and a bunch of the 6-piece endgame table bases on there. But it's a very space-consuming proposition. I don't have a complete set on my hard drive, and the reason being is I'm a video producer. I have lots of other things that I need to do besides chess. Mainly videos, and they take up some space too. So I don't use the drive space for all of them. I just have a partial set of 3s, 4s, and the most important 5-piecers on my drive. However, word around the campfire is that if you install them from the Fritz Endgame Turbo discs, it will point Fritz to them automatically. That's what I hear from some users, is it will tell Fritz where the endgame table bases are. If you download them off the internet, download them into a folder on your hard drive, and then you need to tell Fritz where they are at. Now, these things are free. They're out there on the internet. There are 2 or 3 places where you can download them. Just be aware, it's a very time-consuming process. There are a lot of files, and when you get into, particularly into the 6-piece endgames, the files are huge. Some of those files will take more than a day working around the clock to download. So just be aware it does take some time to get all of them. If you decide to get them for free, you certainly can do that, but it'll take you a while and a little bit of effort as well. Anyway, if you go that route, if you download them onto your hard drive, what I did, I installed my partial set off of a previous Endgame Turbo version and then transferred them from one computer to another. And what I had to do was tell Fritz where they were at so it could use them. So we're going to show you, first of all, how to point Fritz to them, and then how to test them to make sure they're working. First thing you want to do is point Fritz to your endgame table bases. Go to the green button up here, the application menu, and select Options. And I already selected this. Tablebases GUI is the tab you want. Most of the time, clocks and notation will be what comes up. Select Tablebases GUI, and next to Path 1, select Browse, and that brings up the Windows File Select dialog that allows you to go to any folder on any drive on your computer. Note that if you do have external hard drives, flash drives, whatever, or you don't want, or you have a partitioned hard drive and you can't put all the table bases in one place, you can split them across multiple folders. That's what the different path 1 through 4 buttons are. So you can either type in the path, mine are in a folder called T-Bases, or you can click Browse and use the Windows File Select dialog to go to that folder. Do the same thing for Tablebases Engine. And then when you're done, the apply, since I didn't change anything, my apply button is grayed out. But you click apply, then you click OK, and now Fritz knows where they're at. The deal now is to test if they are working. Test if you have done this correctly and pointed your software at the table bases. So let me show you how to do that. First of all, you need to select an engine that does use the table bases. So we'll hit F3, and of course, as we saw a couple of videos back, I've got a ton of engines. I will tell you that all the stuff that ChessBase offers now, Fritz, Hierarchs, Shredder, Junior, Ribka, all use the table bases. So if you pick one of the engines you've purchased, you know you've got an engine that will use the table bases. So in this case, I've got Fritz 12 selected. Just click OK. Then you want to do, as we saw excuse me, in the last video, set up a position for an endgame that you know is in the table bases. And you'll know because if you bought them, there's a little booklet comes with them, tells you all the endgames that are covered. If you downloaded them, the file names tell you what endgame it is. For example, a 4-piece ending. And yes, this does qualify as a 4-piece ending. The kings do count as pieces. We'll set up a position. It's the old classic queen versus lone rook. 1 queen versus 1 rook will make it white's move. And we've got this position set up just as a test position. Click OK. Now to test, you want to have Fritz just analyze this position. So go to the home button and go to the, or home menu rather, and go to the infinite analysis button. Now, I know you're looking up here where the mouse is. Just watch the engine pane as I click the infinite analysis button to see how fast this happens. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, click. Pow! That fast. The engine did not actually analyze a thing. All it did was access the file that has every possible position. It's the single table-based file for lone queen, lone white queen, and king against a single black rook and black king. It accesses that file, which has every possible legal position of these pieces on the board, and it comes to an immediate conclusion just by looking in there. And what we find out is that with perfect play for both sides, it's a mate in 28 for white. With worse play for both sides, not perfect play, you can scroll down and see longer mates. In fact, I need my glasses for this because I'm not quite sure I'm believing what I'm seeing here. Yeah, mate in 31 with some bad play, and notice here with some really bad play, it could actually become a draw with various king moves, and then if the king or the queen moves someplace really dumb, where it can be like queen A8, where it can be captured by the rook, it becomes a mate for black instead. So what you see is a list of every legal move in the position, every single one of them, and the ultimate result. And they're ranked according to best play for the moving side, and with best play for both sides, it would be a mate in 28 for white. So we know our table bases are working. That's the important part, is if you click infinite analysis and Fritz is thinking, instead of just immediately coming up with an answer for a queen versus rook ending, you know that you have to go back to this and point Fritz somewhere else because you didn't point it to the right folder. But that's how you test your table bases. For USCF Sales, I'm Steve Lopez. Thank you for watching.